So
Okay.
not in here right now.
Well, why not just do the pitch right now, anyways? Hey guys,
Yeah.
welcome to the Two Hippies One Drunk podcast. This is our off the road edition, which we are going to be doing.
Winging it, clearly.
Yeah, we're going to be doing for a little bit until we get back on the road. These episodes this one will probably just talk about coming back, but in the future we'll have different things and different kind of segments we're working on and stuff like that. Your support means the world to us. This is all self-funded, and if you want to help us grow the podcast and continue to do what we do, there are ways you can do that. Cash donations are always very much appreciated. We couldn't be doing this without your help, and every little bit counts. Another way you can help us is by reviewing us and rating us 5 stars on iTunes. This massively increases our visibility and helps people find us. Lastly, another way you can help us is by subscribing to our Two Hippies One Drunk Facebook page and sharing our short videos that we've been making, as well as the other content that we release every day. It's a great way of interacting with us and helping us grow. All right, let's kick off the show for this week.
I'm gonna have to change that. By the way, I'm gonna not personally ask for donations until we're back on the road, or at least close to it. But I'll have to rework that a little bit.
So we were just kind of talking about this. Will probably be a shorter episode. There's not too much we have to rush into. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So we just got the guy who went on a date last week is now messaging us saying, I'm not on a date this time, here to stay. How did your date go, Joey?
Right, let's dig in.
Yeah, you seen her again? I mean, you're clearly not going on a date tonight, but did you make it?
Well, it's Sunday. Maybe the date would have been.
Maybe you went out last night.
Yeah, maybe. And that's the thing. You don't typically go on a date with somebody and now you go, oh, we're just doing this every day.
Right. People do not usually go on dates 7 days a week.
Was
honestly pretty great. Well, fuck you.
We got to get this girl on the phone and see what she thought of it.
I got to tell you, I was mad before that he was leaving a date to watch us, and now I'm mad that I found out I went good. The only answer to me that would have been okay was it was terrible, because I don't like that he's happy, because I'm not dating anybody, so...
If you're not happy, nobody is.
The world is not allowed to be happy if I'm not. And the funny thing is, I'm happy. I'm just not happy in a romantic way. And if I'm not happy, then
you, Joey, go get it, boy.
He tried to change it to it didn't go well.
Yeah.
Which to me sounds like the sort of response of a man so secure because he got that in the past.
I know.
To now,
he got.
I know. I don't need your pity responses.
Yeah. Because if it went bad and you said it went good, you're not gonna say it went bad.
No.
You're gonna lean into it went good.
Yeah.
Good. So
I should say, by the way, I should say being back. The thing about being back to me when we started talking about what it was going to be like being back, I remember telling Tyler before I left him, the problem is I still have to deal. You guys are going back and you're normal people. No offense, you can do anything you want to do.
Are you some kind of monster? Deformed monster coming back? Just I
went from being, as you guys know, almost a person who really thrives on new experiences all the time. So I went from literally staying in places all the time till I can't do anything. I sit in 3 chairs. I have a couch in the basement, a chair upstairs in the lit TV room, and a chair outside. And so my point is
So,
go ahead.
So I'm sorry, real quick, and we can get back to this, but just Tyler called you a monster man, and now I can't get out of my head the fact that you kind of look like a crippled guy who's turning halfway into a werewolf.
His arm broke to turn into a werewolf, and it just never set.
Right. Yeah, right. I'm hoping
the transformation.
I should be able to shave this pretty soon. I was because I wanted to do it all at once. I did not want to do because my dad just cuts my hair, and so I wanted to be able to
your beard. Go get a nice shave.
Yeah,
go to a place, man.
I'm too cheap for one. I'm too cheap for one.
Yeah. Spray it up, get it looking good.
No, I'm too cheap, so I'm just gonna. I have to cut it. This is gonna require actual scissors before I get to the trimmer. At this point,
that's why I'm saying make it a Lady and Jude's problem.
Well, some guy said that on our thing when I posted a picture,
that, yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, go to Lady Jane's." I'm not gonna pay $30 for some chick to fake flirt with me and cut my beard off. I'm not doing it.
Well,
I don't know how much.
I mean, if you're not doing it yourself, you have to pay for it anyway. At least they flirt with you.
But I am going to be doing it myself, though. That's my point.
I hate. We've talked before about how.
No, I agree. I don't like people flirting with you when they're fucking with your hair.
Well, no, and I was gonna say on top of that,
really,
too,
any establishment, yeah.
No, we've all talked about not really liking the fake flirting Hooters thing. It's worse when you have your arm broken too, I imagine, because then
you might get sympathy sex.
No, you're not going to get sympathy sex.
No, you're a Make-A-Wish kid.
Yeah.
No.
You fuck a Make-A-Wish kid.
That's the other thing. That's a great point, dude. I don't want to do anything in public.
No, I did it.
I don't want to do anything in public in that sense because the thing about my arm is it's pretty fucking broken, to be honest with you. Even though it looks like I don't need surgery, he showed me, and even the rendition I sent you guys in a text, that was from memory, but the doctor showed me my scapula bone and how much was broken, and I was like, holy fuck. So my point is, like, I can at home sit without the sling. Even while I'm here, I'm putting it on because the rest arm is a little weird, and you don't want to. He kind of gave me instructions on how you want the arm to be to give it optimal healing ability. So if I went to a haircut place, I'd have to have the sling, and I fucking despise that kind of attention. Like, I despise, oh, what happened and stuff, and even in my instance, by the way, where technically, if I wanted to, I could tell a cool story, like, oh, me and my buddies were traveling the country doing comedy, and we were just doing dumb videos. But I don't like to do that because I don't like to tell. I don't know. I'm a weird.
Where you don't even have to bring it up. Like, they'll bring it up.
I know.
It's catered for you, like, being able to talk about that stuff with no guilt on your end.
I still hate the idea. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You're going in there. Your beard probably smells. You haven't been able to wash that or treat it well. You got a busted arm, and then you're gonna have some woman act like she wants to fuck you.
This is where it comes out that Scott hates cripples, and he has a very hard bias against people.
He does, but that has nothing to do with this.
Yes, in your opinion, but it absolutely does have to do with that, because it's ridiculous that was the angle. I'm coming in with a busted arm. Like, you're gonna get sympathy from that. You're getting flirted with.
No, but I would say, like I said,
transfer over into something actual because you could have a
maybe. I would say I don't like it just because I don't like that kind of attention. I don't like that kind of.
That's different than Scott's hating.
And I will say this, by the way, only because. So this, by the way, I just because this guy is giving, so I'm going to say something like. He said, where did he say here? This was kind of funny. He said, what was it, like planning the beard removal already? If anybody that knows me knows I do very, very little completely like thought out. Like, I would not just sit here and just kind of do it. It would be like, no, I need to do it in a way that I can then make a Facebook post or something about it. Like, I'm not just going to like kind of half it one day and then kind of get my hair cut, and then
you should do it in sections, like as the beard goes down, like take a picture.
Now that would be that is an idea. I do have a chance for the first time.
Have the Lincoln right now.
Well, I've never had an actual beard in my life, so that is a good point. That this would be the one time when I could really do some weird shit. Like, I could just cut like half the face off or something.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
What's his name did? What's his name did that on Last Man Standing? What is that guy's name? Really funny comment.
I don't know. A single character from Last Man Standing.
Not Last Man Standing, Last Man on Earth. He does like MacGruber. Will Arnett, or not Will Arnett.
Will Forte.
Will
Forte, yeah. So he kind of already did that. I hate to say it because that was for that show. They did that as a bit.
So, and I'm actually planning on a little bit talking about this on stage tonight, but just when you're talking about the breaking your arm and stuff, I can say since I've been home, I hate having to explain to people why I'm back. Because
I get it.
Because you go, oh yeah, no, one of our guys broke his arm, and then they're like, oh my God, what happened? And then you have to be like, well, he was sliding down some stairs on a railing, and he fucked it up.
You just gotta change that up and be like, he had an incident in Everest or something.
I would just I don't think. I would say what I'm gonna tell. I would say we were filming a dumb video trying to be funny for the road, and just say and just take. That's what I would say. I would say dude, we were just trying to create content for the road. He filmed something and he fucking took a wicked fall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I would say.
I need to just lead into your definition of what you called it on the video. It's like, oh, he was doing a Salt Lake City slide.
That's what I would actually do, by the way, because no one will know what that is.
Yeah. And if no one wants to not be the person to know, so they'll just shut up about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I know about those.
Yeah.
That's
no.
going forward.
Salt Lake City side.
Right. So real quick, so I was gonna say when I was talking about that, my point was for being back is like, to me, it's like I haven't had. It's like my life isn't normal. Like I didn't get to go home. When I said you guys are normal, you got to go home and at least like do whatever, hang with friends if you wanted to. Go to, like I can't do anything. So it's been this thing of like being home, but it's like, I mean, I just like literally days. I feel like an old person in an old folks home. Like I just sit here, I wake up at some point, and then I'm like, when can I eat breakfast? Okay, I can eat. And then I go out and I sit in my chair outside and I try to do something creative. I'm also working on like how our fall trip is going to go. And so like things like that. But it's like, even that, I'm just looking at a screen kind of, you know what I mean? And then like I go on a walk, then I have lunch, I have a nap, and then it's like eventually it's time to go to bed. And I'm just, all it is getting through each day to hoping the pain, and it's getting less. The pain is less and less.
No, you're literally like the character from Rear Window.
I don't know that. I'm not familiar, but
not aware of
the fucking
reference.
Alfred Hitchcock movie that also they did that remake with Shia LaBeouf. The guy with the they did a whole fucking Simpsons parody of it. The guy with the crippled arm that fucking sees a murder.
I do remember that now. I was like, Shia LaBeouf. I've seen most of his movies.
I mean,
I do remember that. And so you're just calling him a creep? Just sitting in his window, staring at your neighbors, trying to figure out.
Right.
I mean, you got nothing else to do. It's time to start spying on your neighbors.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna send you some binoculars and add to this whole thing.
Yes.
Just sit on that.
What they doing over there?
Eric, the thing is, Eric, it wouldn't even be in a perverted way. It wouldn't even be a sexual thing. Eric would fucking get into that. If you said
no, I already do. When I was at
the people watching.
Yeah, I have already been like that. Like when COVID happened, when I was at, because I got stuck at my one friend's house for 3 months. All I did a lot of times in a day was sit on the porch and just like, oh, where's that? Like looking at people like going into houses and
I was paying
attention when they were going to bed and stuff. Like there was this one house. I'm like, man, they went to bed early.
No, that is what you did on the road. Like, oh man, this is what they do, and it's a Wednesday. I just want to keep track of the cleaners.
Yeah, I like to keep track of very mundane situations.
No, you have a very, very short path to being like you are literally one pair of binoculars short of being that guy.
Yes, I was going to say, like I said, Eric also has those like shutters that like you peek through.
Yep.
Like in movies.
He does have the shutters.
Yeah,
he's literally got them.
No, just real quick, I was kind of saying, but when I was in COVID, for example, like I would sit out there.
Okay, guys, really quick, we need to start having a segment about the people watching you've done each week.
I love people watching. I love it.
Oh my god, we absolutely do. Who's in the neighborhood and what's going on with them?
Yeah, but no. So that was my point. Like when I was at that house, for example, for 3 months during COVID, I would sit out every night. And was very aware of when people went to bed. I was like, oh, so-and-so, they're going to bed early tonight. The lights would turn off or something like, or whatever. Like,
they're going to bed early tonight. I noticed.
I like, so what is it? What is like, I don't know, what's it been like, I guess? You guys have had to get back into regular life.
I mean, it's been weird. I'd say like not terrible, but it's just weird. It's hard to express. What were you gonna say, Scott?
So yeah, I would say the first couple of days I slept a lot.
Yeah, that is true. I did the same.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did that, kind of got situated back. All three of us at this point, because we're planning on going back out, we need a place to stay, are staying at our parents'.
Yeah.
That's a weird. I haven't like it's different for Eric and Scott too in that respect, because like you've lived with your parents for a while. Eric's done the same or whatever. I haven't really lived with, like, I did for like a 2-month period when I was coming on that trip before, but before that, like pretty much 16, 17. I live with my parents. So that is a weird dynamic to come back to.
My family tends to, they're all right. They are Jehovah's Witnesses, so they're extremely religious, and they have people over 24/7.
Oh,
Like,
right.
That does suck.
Yeah, like you're never ever going to like walk into the living room and not be having a conversation with some random person you knew from your church like 20 years ago.
Gotcha. Oh,
I'm never
yeah.
coming over because my family's for that same church, but we never have anybody over.
No.
Right,
which
right.
I'm cool with. I'm totally okay with. And then
That's
I
funny.
mean, getting jobs and stuff has been a little weird, but now that actually like now a week in, 2 weeks. How long has it been since we've been home?
2 weeks on Monday.
Yeah.
Well, you
2
got, you know,
weeks on-
you guys for longer for you because you guys
We didn't come
drove
till,
home.
yeah,
I forgot.
Wednesday.
So for me, it's like
Thursday.
2 weeks tomorrow.
Okay.
Thursday. Yeah.
No, it was
Wednesday.
Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
Wednesday late.
So this Wednesday will be 2 weeks for us. But getting work and doing that and like going through that main day and stuff. I'm also like my sister is trying to get a house, so she's staying here for a little bit too. So it's like
Yeah.
it's such a weird thing to have me, my sister, and my parents here. So like
Right.
I said, I was like 16 years old. Very odd.
Yeah.
What would you say that, like, other than obvious things, what do you like miss? Because on the same man, you were sleeping in the same bed, and there was 3 people in a room. Like, there was badness to it.
Always have something to do, like throughout the day. Like I kind of
Yeah.
have filled my days up now. The first like 5 days I was back, I like Scott said, I didn't do shit. I didn't do goddamn shit. I literally was like overwhelmed with being home and like all this stuff. And so I did nothing. And then after that, it kind of got I got myself a gym membership. I started doing that.
Nice.
I got some work.
Oh my God. By the way,
Oh yeah.
By the way, that's another thing, dude. Being older and getting, not to be but getting hurt like this and being older. And I was actually in good running shape. And I swear to God, like I eat, but every meal I eat, I'm just like, fuck me, man. I can't go running. Like I go on little walks, but I can't do anything serious. Because you don't, when it's a shoulder, dude, like I'm not trying to bitch, but when it's a shoulder, that affects there are things you could hurt where maybe you could still like do things. But honestly, even like getting on an exercise bike would still, I couldn't do it right now.
No, you're not exercising. Are you fucking kidding me?
You're not allowed.
That's my point, though. I go on a few. I go on about 3 10-minute walks a day around like the block, and it's like my point is like from where we were, like when we all were working out every day. It's like that's a thing to me. And it's like every time I eat, I'm just like fuck. I'm eating. It's like
So if we're talking about it too, like coming back to, I feel like there were certain things that I wanted to commit myself to before when I left. And 2 of those that I have actually stuck to is meditation and exercise. Like I got a gym membership too.
Yeah.
Then just like doing that.
Right.
Yeah. That and then playing my music. And it does feel cool. Like I have been doing more with my art since I've been home.
Right.
I feel like I just have this big emptiness that was like filled with
dude.
constantly.
Yeah.
That like I sit around the house and I definitely do more. Like I've been doing that like color my art thing because I want to fill time, because it feels like this empty space of like I'm just waking up and doing like really nothing. Like I said, honestly, for the first 5 days, and then it just started like that trigger of like I need to fill this time. I actually started doing that with art, playing music. Like me and Scott are going to do stand up tonight.
Right, which I'm jealous of. I'm gonna go in a week from Tuesday finally. But
where are you gonna go?
No, just someplace around here, I guess.
Do they have open mics?
No, there's luckily there's a lot, but there's a listener of the TDC show that like runs his own comedy show. Believe it or not, he started doing comedy because of like the show and stuff, and so he's gonna have me on his show, which will be good because at least I know him. It's not just like me showing up kind of somewhere.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But the point is like when you say that, dude, like that's the problem to me. Like I was doing so much. We all were. Don't get me wrong. Like, but so much. And again, on my end, because I just can't do so much. Like I've spent. Don't get me wrong. I spend the same like hour and a half, 2 hours every day working on. And by the way, I really believe in a weird way, other than seeing the sites and other than my own OCD of completing something in a year, that there's a lot of more benefits to like taking the break in a weird way.
Yeah.
I know we have all talked about this already, but I'm just saying like there's a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of benefits to it.
Yeah.
But the point is, after like an hour and a half, I mean, I can only do that for so long. Do that for like an hour. Try to maybe write a Facebook joke. Get prepared for the podcast this week.
Yeah.
But the problem is I can't do that. And then, like I said, drive up to the fucking I don't know. That sucks, man. It's really been hard for me. But
one of the things that I would say that is I do miss for sure is fucking breakfast.
Yeah, definitely.
I honestly do, because I have
just having this thing down there.
Bullshit. Either I skip breakfast now, or I have to make it, and it's like, man, I miss that. I miss just
this thing that was just there. You could just go down and get
a waffle, get some muffins, and enjoy my food. What were you gonna say?
Nothing. No, I've been doing. It's like it's like I'm living perpetually in a blue green. I'm just making breakfast every morning.
Yeah, I mean, I make breakfast too, but like, I'm not a fan of it. I wish it was breakfast available. And if you're at Blue Green, I feel it feels. I don't know. When I was at those Blue Greens, it felt special. It felt like, I get to make myself a meal, and now it's like I gotta fucking make myself a meal instead of just getting that sweet waffle machine.
No, for sure. No, definitely.
It's something I miss.
I was thinking in my mind too about how crazy the I'm trying to think how crazy it went from when I got hurt to like when we were flying back, and how the mindset all changed, like from day to day, and like how we were going to go forward with it. And I remember just waking up that Sunday going like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we need to be out of here. Like, what is that doctor going to tell us that's going to change anything? And it was just like, it was such, and I look back and it was so weird because that Sunday before we left, to me, there wasn't like, we tried to watch a movie on Saturday and you guys liked it and I didn't like it. And that's fine, whatever. And then like Sunday was just like kind of this weirdness of like, we just kind of like, it was very anticlimactic. Yeah. Like when Tyler was driving me to the airport, it didn't feel like anything. It was just kind of like, this is weird.
Yeah.
No, it definitely felt very weird, like the Cannonball Run home too.
Yeah,
I bet. Scott said, like one of the things that I do wish had gone a different. I wish it could have had an end. I wish it could have had like, we know we're leaving now. Let's all do it up one night.
Yeah.
Like have a kind of like honestly, like it wasn't very nice that you got to fly home. That's awesome.
Even though it took me fucking 10 hours, but whatever.
Yeah, it does suck. But it was cool. But I really feel like it would have been nice to have you drive back with us.
Yeah,
something like that. Like I did feel like it was this like
there should be. I mean, assuming that nothing.
And we did 5 fucking months of insanity.
Right. I think the thing when we talk about the 5 months is I think that I look back already now 2 weeks out, and to me that's the funny thing. To me, the world seems like it was already a million years ago. Like looking at thinking about being in like San Diego in January feels like so long ago.
No, I saw a thing that had like Utah in it and Salt Lake City, and I was like, that seems like a year ago. Like what the fuck when I was there?
Yeah.
Like so,
I will say, as long as nothing happens on the fall trip, I think it's gonna be. It'll be kind of a fun thing. We're not gonna get to do that car ferry like I'd hoped because it closes way earlier than I realized. But I think that it'll be kind of fun. I think I'll talk about it more later. Actually, it'd be better for another time. But as long as nothing happens, I think that we'll have a much more fun ending.
Are you planning on? I was just going to ask. What's your job situation? You just going to DoorDash once you get better?
Yeah. I mean, even with gas price, the thing is, even with gas prices being fucking outrageous, I still. I know. I know what I was going to say. By the way, not just with us planning the trip better. I'm again not in a perfect world. We'd be doing the trip. Don't get me wrong. We'd be in fucking. Eugene-ish, Oregon, right around now. But in a perfect world, we'd be doing that. Don't get me wrong. But honestly, comedy in June and July in Montana, in some of those places we were going to go to, was going to be pretty brutal. They weren't going to. I suspect highly that there was going to be a lot of unfun shows there. In reality. Yeah. Whereas in the fall, once you get into the fall, and now you're going to more college towns, and it's chillier out, and it's getting later or earlier. It's much more set up for comedy to be better. Yeah. Even though we would have all enjoyed the nature of what we were doing and why we were doing it.
Yeah, it still would have sucked though. Honestly, summer is a hard time to be doing stand-up.
It is.
And if
Go
we're
ahead.
talking about two like reasons that it was kind of good it happened this way, is like, man, having to come back here has been way more fucking expensive than I thought it would be, to be honest. And I was really glad I had a little bit of money left over.
Same.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I would have been completely broke.
Like I hadn't
Right.
even thought about, because okay, so I had canceled my car insurance because we were
Right.
with you. I wasn't going to pay my car insurance.
Yeah.
That was like $200 to get reinstated because they hit you with fees and shit like that. And
Gotcha.
then I had to get my registration on top of that, which was another like $150.
Yeah.
And then like also that same day, just happened to be coincidentally, a comic friend of mine had tickets to a Modest Mouse concert, and they were like VIP tickets.
Yeah.
And
You
so
didn't have to pay for that.
well,
right?
no, but I told her I would buy drinks for the night since she was giving me that ticket.
Oh.
So it ended up being like a $450 day for me.
Wow, that's those drinks have nothing to do with us coming
Yeah, that was a
home.
choice.
Like you just
was a
Okay, the other $350.
Yeah, I know.
was directly-
I know,
the other
I
was just
know.
life expenses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
get it.
honestly
No,
better. I agree. It's nice that I had a little bit of money on the way back,
Right.
like when we got back here, and I already have like jobs and stuff myself doing painting, so like
that's good.
that is good. But
Yeah,
it would have fucking sucked to come back broke.
right, right.
Especially
No,
with these fucking. I mean, my truck, it costs like now $120 to fill.
yeah, it's crazy,
My
dude.
fucking
For
tank.
sure. And the problem is, unfortunately, I mean, maybe some of it will go down in the summer. I don't think it's going to be much better in the fall,
I really don't. I feel like it will be
no.
a little better in the fall. I hope.
especially when you're going on the East
Typically,
Coast. The
it's
East
a
Coast is
little
not a.
expensive, like during the
The-
summer.
What is
I will say the
little
one
better,
thing-
though, $4 a gallon.
Way better than
what's-
5. Jesus.
I will say the
Christ.
only other problem is the East Coast. I will say the one problem with the East Coast. The East Coast is significantly more expensive than the middle of the country, even in the summer. Like, so that is kind of an issue, I suppose. But I mean, it was going to do it eventually anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I think that's probably pretty good for now, I guess, huh? That's kind of what life was like getting back.
Now at home episodes.
Yeah.
And like they said,
off the road.
we'll try to come up with more themed situations for this once
Yeah,
a
this is
week
our
where it's
first
not
one
just
back,
kind of
we're disheveled.
Yeah.
We got a half werewolf and 2 tired dudes.
which is like, we are hitting that point being back a week and a half now where like, I went and was so busy for the last 5 months. That excuse is getting like weaker and weaker.
Yeah. No, it's like you gotta say, contribute now, motherfucker.
Well,
I
I'm just gonna
agree.
say, for whatever it's worth, and I'm not, I know this won't be a shock to you. I have done. Nothing slowed down for me, and that's not because of the injury, but because of how we're trying to do the fall run. I would say that I've technically done as much work as I would have done if I was on the road. And I'm not just trying to say that to say it, but it is what happened. But
No.
like I said, I can't. At some point, I'm gonna have to address in my life overthinking because I'm worried that I'll never be able to. Like, I'm worried that I've considered it after this trip. Like, whenever I finish the States. Like, dude, I might need to be done with this shit. Like, cause like I don't know what I can
Hear me
handle.
out, you just keep working, and so then you can never think.
Yeah.
That's I try. That's a good point. There you go.
Yeah. Work till you're dead. Work till you're dead.
Just
That's the
run
plan,
from
I
the
guess.
thought as fast as you can.
Yeah, with reservations. For
Yeah.
some other hotel. Yeah, just escape
Right.
your thoughts through his reservations.
Oh, and I'll mention this off. Never mind. I was gonna say something, and I was like, I shouldn't say it on here. For the people that are watching and shit or listening later, we are trying to keep our Facebook page active. Like, we're not just disappearing. We're making posts up, and just different things here and there. And one thing that Scott's already put 2 up of is our like these journals that Scott was writing, these daily journals that Scott was writing on the road, and they're very interesting. If you want to know what the day-to-day were like, I mean, to me, looking back on them, it was kind of funny. Didn't realize, by the way, until just now that someone gave you money in Hawaii for drinks. I wonder where was that money just for you, huh? That was money. It was just.
I told you that at the time.
I don't. Oh, was that? I remember San Diego. I don't remember Hawaii.
I do remember San Diego.
San Diego.
I don't recall Hawaii.
I definitely had a conversation
Oh,
about this.
you definitely didn't. You'd actually.
I think that was.
I very much don't know that wasn't
I mean,
included.
unless you were talking to me while I was passed
No
out on
money.
NyQuil. Like,
The thing is, it was a very like fever dream of a time.
Oh, is that the case? Is that the case?
But
I feel like someone
I
just
don't
took
know
some
how that
money.
money would have. It would have probably gone into me and Scott's pot.
yeah, it did
Is
go
what I
into
would
our
say.
pot. It did go into our pot.
Okay.
I think it went. into
Okay. I'll trust that it did.
Scott's little golden pot he keeps to himself. He got it.
No, but those are really interesting. And just like Tyler's gonna post paintings on there and stuff like that. And I don't know. I try to come up with stuff. You guys, like I said, I know I said in the post, but you guys, it was right. I told you guys that sports were done. And in reality, if we were in Eugene, Oregon today, we would have been watching Michigan baseball.
And by
So-
we, he means he, and we would be going out to the parking lot to smoke or chill.
Yeah.
Well, we hear him from the parking lot.
But don't
damn
worry. The good thing is when you guys come in the fall, there's football season, so there's plenty to watch in the fall
Yeah.
on Saturdays
you know
and
what an
Sundays.
EMP is? I'm thinking of buying one of those. Figuring it out.
Eric's not that tech savvy. You could just unplug the.
Yeah, that is true.
Wow, I'm savvy enough to watch it on my phone. I would be able to watch it on my phone. I'd find
That's
a
why I
way
said
on my
EMP.
phone.
You gotta shut it all down.
Anyway, that was such a
200
weird.
mile radius.
Yeah. So that will do it for this off the
Yeah.
road episode number 1. And we'll come back next week. And I don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but we'll try to have. I don't think that it was unstructured this time. I think it was fine, but we'll have
No,
it
this
kind of
was
an
a
actual
Jumping Jack
topic.
episode.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
next one will be another thing that we will come up with. In time.
Hopefully, we'll actually work out the intro because that's
That
becoming
is
a
something that we'll do. That is something we'll do.
problem. Yeah, definitely.
All
gotta
right.
change that up. Okay,
Bye.
So yeah, well, we'll see you next week, guys.
See you guys.
Woot woot. Wait. Before we go, I
Oh.
was just gonna say,
Oh.
whose episode is it? It's Eric's episode this week.
Oh yeah.
Check out.
Yeah, it looks like I'll be able to do it. It's
Okay.
it should be very interesting.
Yeah.
Get
I
ready
can't wait
for
to see
some,
the wheel.
It's gonna just be well, you know what? There's not even gonna be wheel anymore. It's actually just gonna flat out be I need to come up with a clever name for it, but it's basically just gonna be a Jeopardy version style game show
Okay.
in which the winner gets to have the loser be his personal assistant for a day on the road in the fall. And that means
That's a
whatever
very
you want it to
specific
mean.
name. Just
And if I were Tyler, I would really hope you win because Scott is an power-hungry authority.
No, he's a monster.
Oh,
He's a
If you-
monster.
If he
will
wins, he'll be having you.
Did you put my socks on?
I will be calling you slave. Just to be clear.
I didn't say nothing, man. I didn't say that one. That was beyond the level I would say, and it will not be how it will be worded in the contest.
In the style of like old Roman white slaves, like those. kind of
Oh,
slaves.
there you go.
Because any
There you
slave,
go.
a good slave. You don't get.
It was one of the good
pick.
ones.
How much do you think a gimp suit costs? Just out of curiosity.
Oh my
I
god.
don't understand. I don't think you understand what assistant means.
It is just a personal assistant,
not
by the
a
way.
slave.
It is.
I
it-
have
it-
the right to say no. I might quit.
I can make some boundaries in my thing. It's more
and
just
it
a
really
way.
is all dictated by my willingness to do any of it. That's really the thing.
Wow, I don't know
might
about
not
that,
commit to
but
the bet.
Yeah, are you gonna besmirch the
well,
integrity
if you don't
of
commit to the bit,
game show?
I will say this. I will come up. I will say. I will come up with
You're gonna
some.
punish me.
I-
Dad?
I will come up with some. I will come up with some boundaries for the personal assistant, but there
You'll get
will
to.
be a punishment if the person decides to not guy into the personal assistant. There'll be something because it won't just be. You can't just say I'm not doing
We
it.
already decided I'm going to lose.
I mean, we're just based on history. Based on,
No, I won
It's
2 out of the
historically.
3 games, even though they were a little biased.
The questions. I will say the questions are ridiculous, and there's no way to study for them. So
Okay, well that's good to know, at least for that. So tune in Tuesday,
All right,
tune in on
see ya.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I don't know why I said Tuesday. We never do it on Tuesday.